You've been out 11 days when a stranger in a polo shirt finds you. He doesn't look like military. He looks like someone who manages people like you. He slides a handwritten number on a cocktail napkin across the bar to you. $600 a day, plus danger pay, plus housing, tax-free, all of it. You ran 2 deployments in Afghanistan earning $38,000 a year. The recruiter says, same work, same skill set, much better compensation. Before you answer, you think about the lawn. Jen mowed it while you were gone. Right now, Jen is home. The TV is on. She left the front light on for you. The recruiter slides his card over. Take the weekend. Call him Monday. You don't take the weekend. You call him from the parking lot that night. He answers on the first ring. He was already expecting your call tonight. Fayetteville at night looks exactly like a town you've already left behind. You walk the 6 blocks home. The neighborhood looks smaller than last year. Jen is at the kitchen table with her coffee cold and the crossword out. You tell her it's a security contract, 6 months in the region. Good pay. She says okay. She doesn't ask which region. That is what you owe her first. At midnight, you open the laptop in the spare room and find the email address. You type the subject line, 2 words. You look at them for 30 seconds. You hit send. You watch the sent folder update. The timestamp says 12:15. The reply comes in 4 minutes. Subject, welcome aboard. Report Monday, 06. The Moyak compound is not what you expected. It's bigger and it's louder. 200 contractors doing range work on a Tuesday morning. Just another day. The legal briefing is 40 minutes. The lawyer uses the word jurisdiction a lot. The short version is, out there, you are not covered by military law. Nobody is. On the range, you shoot better than anyone in your group. This is not a surprise. The SERE refresher is 2 days. You already know every part of it by memory. On day 18, your first paycheck clears. You check the account twice. The flight into Baghdad is a military charter. No windows in the rear cabin. When the ramp opens, you smell burning plastic, diesel, and hot concrete dust. Baghdad from the airfield looks like a city that ran out of time to be finished. The green zone is a different country. Blast walls, Suburbans, and American money. A man named Marcus meets you at the gate, former SEAL. He says almost nothing. Marcus has been here since March. He walks like the city can't touch him anymore. He shows you the vehicles. 3 up-armored Suburbans, brand new, 0 miles. He shows you the weapons room, then the comms room. Then he says, forget the ROE. He says there is no ROE here. There is threat assessment and there is response. That night you eat a hot meal in the DFAC and the air conditioning works fine. You call Jen. 6,000 miles away, she asks if it's hot. You say a little. She laughs. You haven't heard that in a while. You write it down in your head. First mission brief is in the morning. Marcus says, if anything looks wrong, it is. By week 3, you know which roads get IEDs on Fridays. You know the pattern. Route Irish is the most dangerous road in the world. You drive it every day. Marcus rides the lead vehicle. He never checks his weapon before a movement. The city moves around you like it's already used to ignoring men like you. Your interpreter's named Khalid. He is 31. He's better at this than you. He knows the difference between a car that's nervous and a car that's tracking you. You start watching what Khalid watches. You stop watching what you used to watch. On day 40, a white dog sits in the road ahead and doesn't move. You stop. There's a pressure plate under the pavement 20 meters past the dog. Good stop. Marcus says, good stop. That's the most he will say about it for the rest of the week. The pay hits every 2 weeks. You stop checking the account after the second. Khalid tells you which streets changed overnight. You trust that more than the brief. The IED takes out the trailing vehicle in Convoy 3. Nobody is hurt, this time. The car 2 ahead of the crater kept driving for 30 seconds after the blast. That night, you eat dinner. You file the incident report. You sleep without trouble. Khalid is the only person here who knows your first name. You know his. He asks what you were before this. You say, Army. He says, before that, you don't have a good answer. He nods, like he already knew that would be your answer. He says, you're not like the other ones yet. You ask him what he means by yet. Khalid doesn't answer. He finishes his tea and stands up and walks back inside. October 2003. Assassin's Gate Checkpoint. A Tuesday. Nothing flagged in the brief. The protocol is clear. Vehicles that don't stop get warning shots, then direct fire. The white sedan comes around the corner too fast. Or maybe not. Hard to say now. Marcus fires 2 rounds into the windshield. The car stops on the white line. The driver is a 43-year-old man with a cardiac condition. He panicked. His daughter's in the back seat. She is 9. She is not hit. She is screaming. The man dies before the Iraqi police arrive. His name was Omar. You learn that later. Marcus is already on the radio. His voice is completely flat. Protocol was followed. The report reads, hostile vehicle, threatening approach, warning shots, response. Marcus hands it to you. 2 contractors need to sign. He's already signed his line. You filled out incident reports before. You know what they're actually for. You sign it. The form goes into a folder. The folder goes into a filing cabinet. No investigation, no follow-up. The shift brief the next morning doesn't mention it. You don't tell Khalid. You're not sure why. Maybe because he'd know what to say. The daughter's face stays in your head for about a week. Then it gets quieter. Marcus tells you at dinner, this is the job. You knew. You nod and eat your food. Jen calls at 2100 local. You've got the phone in your hand before it rings. She asks if anything happened. Her voice is warm. She wants to know you're okay. You tell her it was a quiet day. Standard convoy. Nothing to report. You're fine. She believes you. That's the part that stays longest in your head. She believed you. February 2004. Route Irish. The most dangerous road in the world on a Thursday. The client is a State Department logistics coordinator. He's nervous the whole drive. You know this stretch. Flat, open, overpasses at kilometer 3 and kilometer 6. The RPG comes from the overpass at kilometer 3. Right on schedule, you think. The RPG hits the median barrier. The blast rolls the lead vehicle onto 2 tires. Marcus is already on the radio. Keep moving. Don't stop. The bridge is compromised. Small arms from the right shoulder. 3 shooters, maybe 4. You return fire. The round hits your plate center mass. Like a sledgehammer stopped mid-swing. You keep shooting. The convoy doesn't stop. Marcus taught you that in week 1. The trailing vehicle takes a second RPG round at kilometer 6. Front axle gone. The team extracts the client and the 2 contractors in under 45 seconds. 6 vehicles behind you are stopped at the overpass. They will be there a while. You make the airport. Client delivered. The plate carrier has a 6-inch dent. Marcus looks at the dent in your plate and says, that's what it's for. Keeps walking. You don't call Jen. There's no reason to call. You're not hurt. Nothing happened. What stays with you is not the RPG. It's that you didn't think anything during it. You were a ranger in Afghanistan and you were afraid there. You're not afraid here. Something in you is calibrated down. You don't know yet if that's good or bad. Marcus comes back and hands you a new assignment sheet. You take it without reading. The new assignment is Principal Security Detail, Higher Value Client, More Exposure. August 2004, Mansour District. The market is open. Saturdays it's always open. 3-vehicle convoy. State Department subcontractor in the middle. Routine run. Khalid points at a blue van on the shoulder. Something's wrong with how it sits. The van doesn't move when the convoy passes it. That's not how parked cars behave. Marcus calls warning shots. 2 contractors fire over the van from the right windows. The van lurches forward. It's moving, and it's moving toward the middle vehicle. Marcus orders direct fire. The team opens up. You open up. The van stops. The van is not a VBIED. The driver is a fruit vendor from the Adamiyah district. 3 people are dead. 2 bystanders and the driver. The street empties fast. You can't say with certainty where your rounds went. In a convoy, that's normal. Marcus is already on the radio. The convoy is moving again in under 4 minutes. The Iraqi police report will say, armed confrontation, unknown vehicles, 2 dead. The Blackwater after action, hostile vehicle threatening motorcade, defensive fire. You sign it, same as last time. The language is already printed in the form. Khalid doesn't say anything in the debrief. Neither do you. That says something. Marcus rotates back to the U.S. at month's end. His replacement is 29. Marcus says, this is what the job is. You knew what it was. He wasn't wrong. You send Jen a plane ticket to Dubai for R&R. She books the flight same day. She's already at the gate when you land. She touches your face. You hold very still. That night in the hotel, you can't sleep. You lie in the bed and stare at the ceiling. March 2005. Kadamiyah district. A car bomb outside the Al-Kadamiyah mosque at noon. Khalid was in a taxi 2 cars behind the primary target when the device went off. You're in the green zone when your phone rings. It's the liaison number. You take a Suburban to the hospital. You go in full kit. There's no time to change. The hospital is a 3-story concrete block with 2 generators and no AC. The waiting room has 31 people in it. You are the only one there alone. You've sat in worse rooms than this. This is the first one that's felt like anything. A doctor comes out at 1:15. He speaks to a family across the room, not to you. At 3:40, a nurse finds you by name. She says, Khalid died at 3:40. You drive back alone. You don't use the radio. The city is still dark outside. In the billet, you open your laptop. You find Khalid's brother's email address. You write the email, 3 paragraphs. You tell him what kind of person Khalid was. You delete it. You write it again. You delete it again. You do this 4 times. The problem is everything true about Khalid is true about how he died here. You send nothing. You close the laptop. You sit in the chair until it gets bright. The briefing is at 800. The new interpreter's name is Ahmed. You shake his hand. Ahmed is good at his job. You never learn his last name. You don't ask for it. The spot where Khalid used to sit in the Suburban stays empty for about a week. Then Ahmed sits there. The seat stops being Khalid's. That's how that works. You file the mission report that afternoon. It doesn't mention Khalid anywhere in it. By 2005, you are a team lead. 12 contractors report to you. The pay went up again. You know which details go into a report and which details make a report go away. The contract renews in October. Blackwater's Baghdad PSD, $300 million. The State Department rep shakes everyone's hand at the renewal dinner. Great work. Jen calls less. Her calls average 4 minutes now. You've started counting. She sounds the same. The silences have changed. You can hear what she's not saying. In December, a journalist emails one of your contractors about incident patterns. The contractor takes it to HR. HR takes it to the State Department liaison. The journalist's Baghdad press credentials are pulled within a week. No reason given. You don't ask how it happened. You already know that not asking is part of the deal. 2006, 3rd rotation. The compound has new furniture. The blast walls are taller. You file 11 incident reports in 2006. All resolve without external review. The form is not a record of what happened. It's a record of procedure. You know this. Some nights you walk the compound perimeter. You don't know why. You just walk it. You don't think about the market. You don't think about the checkpoint. Just walk. Jen's lawyer sends an email. Subject, dissolution of marriage, initial filing. You read it once, phone in your pocket. The next pickup is in 8 minutes. You don't respond to the lawyer. You don't call Jen. There's nothing to contest. You think about calling her. You think about it every night for about 2 weeks. The thought gets quieter. Same way the other thoughts got quieter. Same mechanism. September 16th, 2007, Nisour Square, Baghdad, 12:08 p.m. Raven 23 call sign. Your team. The mission is route clearance, supporting a state convoy 4 blocks north. You've cleared this square before. It's a standard hold and cover position. Routine. At 12:08, a white Kia sedan enters the square from the south. It does not stop, or it slows and a contractor misreads it. The accounts will never agree on this. Someone opens fire on the Kia. Then everyone opens fire. Then you open fire. The white Kia stops moving. It is burning. The driver and passenger are dead. The shooting doesn't stop with the Kia. The square is chaos. People are running. You fire at a vehicle on the east side. You don't know if your rounds hit anyone. The firing lasts under 2 minutes. 17 Iraqi civilians are dead in the square. You stand outside the vehicle. Cordite, hot metal, and something else in the air. The after action will say, hostile engagement, vehicles threatening the motorcade. State investigators arrive 48 hours later. The scene has been processed. Congressman Weller has files. He says he'll make them public. That's on Tuesday. By Thursday, Weller's committee has moved on to a different item. One call did that. 4 contractors are charged. Convictions overturned on appeal. No one serves a day. Your lawyer calls in January. He says there's an immunity offer. Take it. Testify. For your testimony, you get full immunity from prosecution. You take it. You testify. You tell the committee what happened. Every word is true. Nothing changes. The immunity holds. Blackwater becomes Z Services. The Baghdad contract survives. Dulles Airport, November 2008. Arrivals Hall. 1 bag. That's all you have. $280,000 in a savings account. Check this morning. There's no one at the gate. You knew that. You still look when you come through. You rent a truck at the Hertz counter, a Ford F-150. You pay cash for a month. Stafford, Virginia, 40 minutes from Fort Bragg. You find a house by day 2. The house has 3 bedrooms. You use one of them. The other 2 stay empty. You watch the news. Blackwater is renamed Z Services. The contract is renewed. 4 contractors from Nisour Square are indicted. Convictions overturned on appeal. You are not among those charged. Your immunity holds. You are completely free. One Saturday in January, you drive to Fort Bragg and sit in the lot for an hour. You drive back to Stafford. You don't have a reason to be at Fort Bragg. You call Jen in February. The number works. She doesn't answer. No message left. You call again on her birthday. She doesn't answer either. You stop calling. A neighbor waves at you over the fence on Saturday morning. You wave back. Enough. You mow the lawn every Saturday. You do it early before anyone else is outside. The lawn looks the same after. You mow it again the following Saturday anyway. You drink at 10 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You've told yourself it's not one. The gun is in the nightstand. A Glock 19. You haven't touched it in 4 months. You don't touch it. Every morning you check that you're not going to. You're fine. The money is there. The immunity holds. The lawn still needs mowing. You're free.